23. Think, feel, and believe 23. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. 23. Yeah. Think, feel, and believe. Selects up me. Think, feel, and believe. Selects up me. It's me. My next thing I want to tell you. I don't know. Maybe. I need to tell you just. Because I was watching one of my last videos, you know, and I'm like, you know, if somebody just kind of steps in and watches this one, they ain't going to understand what the heck's going on. So you need to start at number 1, and like you read a book, okay? Selects on me. Think, feel, and believe 1 and 2. I know I've said it before if you're listening. Well, thank you. Thank you. So on to the important stuff, And this is a story. There's a story about a lady I know, Well, let's just say it's a person, okay? Let's say this is a person. No, whatever. Anyway, so, been talking about your, you know, whatever you think, feel, and believe. Everything in life is how you think, feel, and believe about it, and however you think, feel, and believe about it was how it'll be for you. Everything in life is how you wish to think, feel, and believe about it, and however you wish to think, feel, and believe about it is how it will be for you. And that can be good or bad, and cause things to perpetuate in your life. And this story is about this lady I know, and I gotta tell you, every time she calls me, she always I mean, and this has been on. She's probably known her for probably like 2 or 3 years, right? And every time she calls me and talks to me, and she's gonna know who I'm talking about if she watches this video, but I don't know, whoever, whatever. Maybe she'll get something from it, and I hope so. But because if I told her about it, you know, and then, well, and because one of the last conversations I was having with her about it was I was talking to her just in general and just kind of mentioned to her about, you know, watch your thought life, watch what you're thinking, watch what you're feeling, you know, because then that makes your belief and then it perpetuates, right? So every time she was involved in an accident one time, and she's like, you know, and she got a brain injury, you know, supposedly out of it, and bumped her head or something, I don't know, and has had to heal from it. Every time I'm on the phone, it's just my brain injury. It's like my brain injury and everything, you know, and she just you know, she might be calling about something that she needs with, you know, the business that we're doing, and then just happens just off, you know, well, it's because of my brain injury, you know, and I'm still, it's every single time I'm on the phone with her, it's something about her brain injury. You know, and it just, you know, because who I am, you know who I am. You know, one of these people that understands that the perpetuation of thoughts, feelings, and belief transpire those things into your life, right? So here I am, this kind of person, and I just keep listening to this, and I'm like, man, she just keeps saying these things, and she keeps talking about these things, and then somehow that, you know, I mean, I think maybe for even just an eensy-weensy bit, she stopped talking about it, you know, and she'd call me and she'd need something, and she wouldn't answer about it. I'm like totally floored that she's not talking about her brain injury, you know, and, you know, and then just recently, you know, because I'm going to imagine, and I'd bet, I tell you, I'd probably go and, if this could be proven, I'd go and borrow at least maybe $100,000 to $500,000 and put a bet on that the fact that every day she gets up in her life and thinks about her brain injury and like something about her brain injury and, you know, something about it. There's something about it. She's thinking, I'm almost certain every single day of her life, right? So anyway, you know, I noticed, like, you know, there was like eensy time where she would call and she wouldn't be saying anything about it, and I'd be like, oh, you know, maybe she's making progress. I don't know. But then she recently got involved in an accident where somebody bumped into her, and I think it bumped into her enough to give her damage to her vehicle, spilled coffee all over the front of her seat, and is checking into, you know, what's necessary to file a claim and everything. And then she's like, you know, it hit me, you know, and this guy hit me like so hard, you know, and I think it just bumped into her and probably jolted her a little bit. But, you know, since she's onto this like brain injury, and, you know, like one time I was like hit and I got hit with a brain injury, you know, this thing that's wobbling around in my head here. So, you know, it's like, So here she's thinking, feeling, and believing about this brain injury thing every day of her life. And now, you know, whether you think about this or not, I mean, I told you about my accident, right? I could get into an accident. Okay, so I think, okay, just my opinion, I think she inadvertently attracted somebody bumping into her, right? Jolting her a little bit, stirring things up in her health, and then she's calling me on the phone, and now it's just inflamed the whole thing again. You know, oh, now it's, you know, when I healed, and now I'm like, you know, and it's really getting me scared because I like got my brain injury, and, you know, it's like, you can't really talk too fast with me because of my brain injury, and, you know, it's like everything is so, you know, confusing with my brain injury, and she's just, and I think it's just something that perpetuates, and this has been going on for, I mean, I can't tell you, 3-4 years. I've sit back there and I've witnessed it, and, I just wonder and would hope for the best of her one day, for her to come into the realization of this somehow and stop thinking, feeling, and believing about it. You know, because it's the persistent level of thinking, feeling, and believing about things is what causes the issues in your life. And I don't care what you're thinking about. I don't care what you're thinking about. I don't care what you're thinking about. You understand me? I don't care what you're thinking about. Feeling, if you're thinking about it on a consistent level and you're feeling about it on a consistent level, you're going to manifest things in your life that are going to support that. You see, it's going to support it. And now she's got the bumpy in the head. Now she's got the bumpy in her car, and she's got something to support what she keeps perpetuating the whole time. And you know, like I said, you know, it can happen with just about anything. It can happen with, if you got money issues. I have a client, I have another client. And this guy's got, let's just say, he owns some property. This old boy owns some property. And he used to be, this guy would be like concerned every time about his premium going up at anything and saving $50. It was always about, you know, but, you know, he had this analogy, you know, well, I've got so many properties, and if I could save $50 on each one of his properties a year, well, that's so much money, you know? So, but here's the thing, is that he's worried about saving $50 all the time. And, you know, it's like you start worrying about saving $50 all the time, and you're going to cause yourself $50 problems. And it's interesting how people can kind of perpetuate these things in their life and kind of do things to themselves until finally one day they are broken. Yes, they are broken. I mean, you can only abuse yourself so much until you finally, I don't know, run up against a wall, get into an accident like I did, you know, or, you know, I always have to watch out for these drivers. I got to watch out for these and you'll know what this means if you've been listening to the other videos. I've been, you know, some of those stories that I've been telling about stuff all the time. And, you know, the consistent and persistent effort of those. And I got to tell you, you know, I mean, here we're touching on the subject again about, you know, watching your thought life. And just because you have a single, this stuff isn't magical, right? Where, oh no, you thought a thought, poof, it's in you with the magic wand, poof, and it's going to happen to you. It's not the way it is. It's not the way it is, bro. Nope, that ain't the way it is. It's the consistent, persistent level of thinking, feeling, and believing something that's going to cause that situation, you say, to keep perpetuating in your life on some level or another. Depending how strong you're thinking about this on some level or another, you're going to keep perpetuating it in your life. And but then there's the caveat of it. This is the caveat. If you stop, and whether it's good or bad, whether you're trying to achieve good or bad, well, it's not like you're trying to achieve bad, you know. Sometimes it's just blindly happening because you don't know. When you stop manifesting, kind of like when I was driving my car, I got to look out for all these head drivers. I'm like, okay, no, I stop. And the reason why I stop, you got it, yeah.